In the vast world of coin collecting, where most pennies are quickly dismissed as mere pocket change, few coins have the power to astonish even seasoned collectors. But one such coin, the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial Pennies, turning heads and emptying wallets. With an unexpected market value soaring to a staggering $21,000, this unassuming 1-cent piece is rewriting the rulebook on what it means to be rare, valuable, and historically significant. You might be tempted to glance over your pile of pennies. Without a second thought, but after learning about this elusive 1982 variant, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. It's not just copper or zinc. It's a mystery wrapped in a metal casing, a tiny disc of hidden fortune waiting to be discovered in the least likely of places, your very own coin jar. The 1982 penny represents a critical moment in United States mint history. That year, the mint made a significant change to the composition of the Lincoln cent. Prior to 1982, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, making them heavier and more expensive to produce. But due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint shifted mid-year to a lighter and more cost-effective composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. What makes this transition so interesting is that both copper and zinc pennies were produced in 1982 but without distinguishing mint marks in certain cases, making it an extremely difficult series to categorize, let alone identify rare varieties. Among these varieties is the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial Penny with a small date and copper composition is the Holy Grail. Why is it so special? In 1982, the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally didn't use a mint mark, struck billions of pennies. Yet only a few were accidentally made with the older copper plant shades and the smaller font size known as the small date. The combination of these two factors, no mint mark, small date, and copper composition created a rare and unintended variation that now fetches thousands in the open market. It was a moment of transitional chaos at the U.S. Mint, and this penny is the smoking gun. Of the 8 recognized varieties of 1982 Lincoln pennies, large date, small date, and both copper and zinc, from both Philadelphia and Denver, this small date copper version with no mint mark is the rarest of them all. Collectors went wild when the first confirmed examples of this rare 1982 penny were discovered. The coin, once easily dismissed as a common cent, suddenly skyrocketed in desirability. The unique blend of transitional error, historical timing, and sheer scarcity lit a fire under the numismatic community. Today, certified and graded, examples in high mint state condition have fetched upwards of $21,000 at auction, with even circulated versions commanding hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on condition and verification. The stakes are high, and the rush is on to search through old rolls, piggy banks, and drawers in hopes of discovering one of these hidden treasures. But finding one is not so simple. The first step is knowing what to look for. The 1982 penny comes in 2 visual variants, large date and small date. The small date variety is more delicate and compact, with thinner numbers and a subtle difference in the height of the numerals. It takes a trained eye to spot the difference. Then comes the second challenge, determining the metal composition. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams, while the newer zinc versions weigh only 2.5 grams. The difference may seem slight, but to collectors, it's monumental. A good digital scale and a magnifying glass could very well be your gateway to fortune. Imagine the thrill of discovery. You're sorting through a dusty collection of old coins, or maybe cashing out a change jar that's been sitting under your bed for years. Suddenly, there it is, 1982 penny with no mint mark, a smaller than usual date and a heavier than expected weight. Could it be? Could you be holding a $21,000 coin between your fingers? The adrenaline rush, the possibility of striking gold or copper, in this case is what makes this coin such a legend in the world of modern American numismatics. Adding to its allure is the Lincoln Memorial design itself, which spanned from 1959 to 2008. The reverse of the coin features the iconic Lincoln Memorial, symbol of American heritage and pride. While millions of these pennies circulated without fanfare, the 1982 no mint mark small date copper penny stands apart as a crown jewel hidden among the masses. It's a piece of history that connects the economic shifts of the 1980s, minting, technology, and the undying curiosity of collectors across the globe. And let's not overlook the incredible market trends. As more collectors become aware of the 1982 variety's value, demand continues to rise. Auction platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and even local numismatic conventions have reported fierce bidding wars over verified specimens. Grading agencies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC Numismatic Guarantee Corporation have become instrumental in authenticating these coins, with their sealed slabs offering both protection and proof of legitimacy. Coins graded MS67 or higher are especially valuable, often pushing the 5-figure mark with ease. What also makes the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny fascinating is its crossover appeal. Circles. This one has captured public imagination. It has become the subject of YouTube videos, coin hunting challenges, and TikTok trends. Everyday people are learning about this coin and digging through their savings in search of a financial miracle. It's no longer just a coin, it's a modern-day treasure hunt. Even more surprisingly, the US Mint never officially announced this rare variant. Its existence wasn't planned or celebrated in any mint documentation. Simply slipped through the cracks, born out of a period of transition and now etched into numismatic folklore. The quiet origin story makes its current fame all the more compelling. Unlike commemorative coins or limited editions, this penny wasn't meant to be special. And yet, here it is, turning heads, changing fortunes, and rewriting what we think we know about so-called common coins. This penny is a powerful reminder of why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting and rewarding hobbies. You never know what you might find. A seemingly worthless object can hold untold value if you know what to look for. The 1982 no-mint Mark Lincoln Memorial Penny is more than just a rare coin, it's a symbol of the unexpected, celebration of history, and a call to stay curious. It tells us that even in the smallest details, there may lie a story worth $21,000 or more. So the next time you hear that familiar jingle of coins in your pocket, or see a penny lying on the ground, don't walk past it. Pick it up. Examine it. Weigh it. It might just be your lucky day. After all, someone once said, find a penny, pick it up, and all day you'll have good luck. But if that penny happens to be a 1982 no-mint mark small date copper Lincoln, it's not just good. Lucky's a small fortune in disguise. Next up, in the unassuming realm of pocket change, one coin silently carries the weight of a numismatic legend, the 1983D Lincoln Memorial Penny, a Denver-minted copper-plated treasure that has stunned collectors and auction houses with a jaw-dropping market value reaching as high as $17,000. Yes, you read that correctly. A single penny, once casually spent on candy or tossed into a fountain, could now pay for a luxury vacation or even a down payment on a house. But what could possibly make such a common coin skyrocket in value? The answer lies in a perfect storm of minting error, historical transition, the thrill of discovery, a combination so electrifying that it has turned this small cent into one of the most mysterious and valuable coins of the modern Lincoln Memorial Series. The year 1983 may seem ordinary to most, but for numismatists, it marks the continuation of a seismic change in US mint history. Just 1 year earlier, in 1982, the mint had transitioned from the traditional 95% copper composition of the Lincoln cent to a more cost-effective zinc core coated with copper. This shift was driven by soaring metal prices and economic strategy. But in the rush to transition, unexpected anomalies emerged. Among them is the enigmatic 1983D penny, which, despite being minted after the transition to zinc planchettes, has appeared in extremely rare cases struck on copper planchettes, a mistake that transformed this simple coin into a six-figure sensation. Let's unpack the science behind it. The standard post-1982 Lincoln cent is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, weighing 2.5 grams. However, the rare 1983D error penny somehow struck using leftover copper planchets from before the transition, weigh approximately 3.11 grams. Just like their older copper counterparts, It's this seemingly minor weight difference that has unlocked the coin's extraordinary value. These rare off-metal errors, or transitional planchet errors, are not only historical flukes, they are also absolute marvels in terms of minting precision and mechanical surprise. They weren't supposed to exist. And yet, against all odds, a few slipped through the rigid machinery of the Denver Mint and found their way into circulation. Hiding in plain sight for years, imagine the mind-bending reality of such a discovery. Someone, somewhere, unknowingly spent a rare 1983D penny at face value, just 1 cent. Perhaps it passed through hands in a gas station, a vending machine, or a school cafeteria. Today, that very coin could fetch up to $17,000 in the collector's market. The mere existence of these error coins sparks the imagination. How many more might still be out there, sitting quietly in change jars, forgotten in desk drawers, or buried in inherited coin collections? The thrill of the hunt has gripped collectors across the nation, sending waves of excitement through the numismatic world. Adding to the drama is the visual simplicity of the coin. At first glance, the 1983D Lincoln Memorial penny looks utterly ordinary. The obverse features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, stoic and eternal. A design introduced in 1909 by Victor D. Brenner, the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial. Bold and symmetrical, anchoring the design with its tribute to American ideals. There are no dramatic design features to set it apart from billions of other pennies. But as any seasoned collector will tell you, value isn't always visible to the naked eye. It often hides in the details. In this case, that detail is the coin's metal composition, only revealed through precise weighing and expert analysis. What pushes the value of the 1983D copper penny to such heights is not just rarity, it's also authentication and grading. Coin grading services like PCGS and NGC have confirmed only a handful of genuine 1983D copper cents, all of which command astonishing prices when sold at public auction. The most pristine examples, graded mint state MS65 or higher, have exceeded expectations and ignited bidding wars among serious collectors. In a market where provenance and preservation are everything, these coins stand out as true gems. Their rarity cannot be overstated. Far fewer 1983D copper pennies are known to exist compared to other well-known rarities like the 1909S, VDB, or even the elusive 1955 double die. But even more fascinating is how such an error happened at all. The US Mint is renowned for its meticulous quality control. Yet, transitional planchet errors like the 1983D reveal a gap in process. A fascinating reminder that even the most regulated systems can produce anomalies. Most experts believe that copper planchets left over from the 1982 production run accidentally found their way into the wrong bin at the Denver Mint. These planchets, instead of being scrapped or melted, were unknowingly struck with 1983 dies and released into general circulation, creating accidental treasures of immense historical significance. And let's not forget the human element. Each of these rare pennies tells a story, not just of manufacturing, but of chance, fate, and timing. Think about the collector who first weighed their 1983D penny and realized it didn't match the expected weight. That moment of curiosity. An insight led to a life-changing revelation. 1 cent became $17,000. And now, countless others comb through their coin collections in hopes of repeating that incredible success. It's not just a coin, it's a dream disguised as copper. The impact of this discovery goes far beyond monetary gain. The 1983D penny has become a cultural phenomenon within coin collecting circles, a symbol of hidden potential and the power of observation. It has inspired hundreds of YouTube videos, coin roll hunting guides, and blogs aimed at educating the public on how to identify this rare coin. Influencers in the numismatic space regularly share tips on spotting the right weight, recognizing subtle surface textures, and submitting coins for certification. The community around this penny is growing every day, fueled by the idea that life-changing fortune could be hiding in plain sight. Even more exciting is that the story isn't over. Experts believe that there may be more unverified examples of the 1983D copper penny still waiting to be discovered. Unlike commemorative coins or limited edition proofs, these error coins weren't announced or publicized. They simply exist due to mechanical oversight, silent witnesses to a pivotal time in U.S. mint history. That uncertainty, that potential for the next big find, is what keeps collectors coming back. Because for every confirmed $17,000 penny, there might be 5 more sitting quietly in someone's possession, waiting for a trained eye and a digital scale to unlock their value. It's also important to note that the 1983D penny's legacy is not limited to collectors in the United States. International numismatists are equally intrigued by the coin's mysterious origins and spectacular value. It stands as a global example of how minor changes in minting can have monumental consequences decades later. The story of this coin serves as a gateway into the broader world of rare coins, proof that even the smallest, most overlooked pieces of currency can carry stories of history, economics, unintentional artistry. To wrap it all together, the 1983D Lincoln Memorial Penny is more than a simple denomination. It is a monument to the unpredictable beauty of numismatics. It represents the crossroads of economics, manufacturing, and human curiosity. It's a shining example of how a common object, when touched by error and time, can evolve into a priceless artifact. And its legacy continues to grow as more collectors search for their piece of this copper-coated legend. Whether you're a professional numismatist or just someone curious about the value of the change in your pocket, this penny proves one thing beyond doubt: never underestimate the power of a coin to surprise, inspire, and enrich your life. So the next time you come across a 1983D Lincoln penny, don't brush it off. Weigh it, examine it, because you could be holding something far more valuable than one sent you. Might be holding a $17,000 story in the palm of your hand. Next up, in a world where pennies are often dismissed as loose change or swept into forgotten corners of drawers, the 1985D Lincoln Memorial Penny emerges as an unexpected marvel, one that has left collectors, investors, and even historians stunned by its sudden rise in value. Believe it or not, one of these ordinary-looking coins recently rocked the numismatic community by fetching an eye-popping $13,000 at auction. Yes, a single copper-plated zinc penny minted in Denver in 1985, a year most people associate with cassette tapes, VHS rentals, and shoulder pads, has become a red-hot collectible worth thousands. The question is, how could a coin minted in the millions become so extraordinarily valuable? The answer lies in a perfect blend of error, mystery, and minting anomalous factors that have catapulted this 1985D penny from overlooked spare change to the spotlight of numismatic glory. To understand the significance of the 1985D Lincoln penny, we must first grasp the broader historical context. By 1985, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned to using zinc cores plated with copper, a cost-saving move initiated in 1982. This composition reduced the coin's weight from 3.11 grams copper to just 2.5 grams zinc. As a result, most 1985 pennies follow this lighter standard, making them virtually indistinguishable from each other in everyday circulation. However, a rare breed of the 1985D penny has broken all expectations, displaying either an incorrect planchet, extreme double-die errors, off-center strikes, or other minting defects that dramatically increase its value. One particular specimen, exhibiting a striking die clash and retained cud, is what shocked the market and sent collectors into a frenzy. These rare minting defects weren't supposed to happen, but they didn't today. They define the incredible worth of this coin. The Denver Mint, typically known for producing billions of coins annually with impeccable consistency, had a momentary lapse. Somewhere in that industrial ballet of dies, blanks, feeders, and pressure systems, a flaw slipped through. It could have been an accidental use of an older copper planchet, or perhaps a die was not properly aligned, resulting in a dramatic double strike or off-center impression. Whatever the cause, the result was unmistakable. A dramatically unique 1985D Lincoln penny, unlike anything else in circulation. This 1-cent piece, once likely dropped into a soda machine or slipped into a child's piggy bank, is now one of the most sought-after modern pennies. It's commanding a staggering price of $13,000 at top-tier auctions. The story becomes even more fascinating when you consider how such a coin might still be hidden in plain sight. Unlike older key-date pennies or famous historical mint errors, this 1985 rarity looks deceptively normal to the casual eye. The obverse still features the dignified bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner, tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. The reverse retains the classic Lincoln Memorial, introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But it's not the design that holds the value, it's the unexpected error, the unusual weight, or the microscopic doubling in the date or lettering that separates the valuable from the valueless. In short, this isn't a coin that shouts its worth, it whispers it, waiting patiently for someone with the curiosity and knowledge to listen. What makes this discovery even more electrifying is how undocumented and underreported this coin was. For decades, it wasn't until sharp-eyed collectors began finding anomalies in 1985D. Specimens often during coin roll hunts or estate collection audits that the puzzle pieces began to form. Through digital scales, microscopes, and endless comparisons, a new variety of valuable Lincoln penny was born, one that now stands beside its 1982 and 1983 counterparts as a certified market disruptor. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC) began receiving submissions, and their authentication fueled public fascination. In a world where inflation eats away at the dollar's value, this 1-cent coin was suddenly gaining thousands of dollars in purchasing power, flipping the very logic of currency on its head. The rarity of these 1985D-era pennies lies not just in their production flaw, but also in their extreme scarcity and high grades. The coin must be preserved in mint state MS65 or higher to command its top price, meaning no scratches, no discoloration, and no wear from circulation. For that reason, finding such a specimen in pristine condition is akin to winning the numismatic lottery. Collectors have become obsessed with identifying this version, poring over bags of pennies, scrutinizing every demint-marked coin from 1985, weighing them carefully, and examining each letter under magnification. It's a meticulous hunt that requires both patience and expertise, but one that is already paid off in spectacular fashion for a few lucky individuals. But the appeal of this coin goes beyond its monetary value. It represents the thrill of the hunt, the magic of numismatics, and the wonder of discovering a diamond in the rough. Think about it, a coin that may have passed through the hands of thousands, tossed in change jars, used in parking meters or school lunch counters, suddenly transforms into a highly coveted relic of modern minting history. It's the kind of story that inspires entire YouTube channels, fuels TikTok treasure hunts, and fills forums with endless discussions and theories. What caused the error? How many are out there? Has the mint acknowledged its existence? The speculation only adds to the coin's mystique. Unlike older collectible coins that are often bought and sold exclusively among elite collectors, this penny has a democratic appeal. Anyone, regardless of experience, has a chance to find one. No expensive investment is required. All you need is a handful of pennies, a scale, and a keen eye. That possibility alone is what turns everyday people into passionate hobbyists and collectors. In an era dominated by digital transactions and tap-tube culture, it's refreshing and almost poetic that a physical penny could hold this kind of power and wonder. Even the aesthetic irregularities found on some of these coins, such as die cracks, reverse doubling, or ridge rings only, enhance their value, creating subcategories within the era coin community. Some experts speculate that more varieties of the 1985D error penny remain undiscovered, waiting in old mint bags or private collections. The US Mint itself has remained relatively quiet about this coin, adding even more to its legend. So much unknown, the 1985D penny has become a symbol of hidden opportunity, a case study in how imperfection can lead to unimaginable worth. Let's not forget the stories of those who found theirs. One collector reportedly discovered their $13,000 penny during a casual weekend coin roll hunt with their child. Another found it tucked in a coin album passed down by their grandfather who never realized its potential. These are not professional dealers, they're everyday people who took a second look at a seemingly worthless coin. And that's the moral of the story. Treasure can exist where we least expect it. A penny may be small in size and denomination, but under the right conditions, it can become larger than life. The market for these coins continues to grow as awareness spreads. Social media, auction houses, and coin expos now include the 1985 D penny in their conversations about modern rarities. Investors are starting to take notice as well, seeing these pennies not just as collectibles, but as assets with potential. Long-term appreciation. After all, there are fewer certified high-grade examples of this coin than many other classic rarities, and supply and demand drive the numismatic economy. In the end, the 1985D Lincoln Memorial Penny is a testament to everything that makes coin collecting magical. It combines history, mystery, human error, and immense potential, all packed into a coin that many people would toss aside without a second glance. It invites you to pause, to look closer, and to consider the idea that something ordinary could be extraordinary. It challenges you to see beyond the face value and appreciate the craftsmanship, context, and the unknown journey that each coin takes. So, the next time you sift through your change, pay attention. Hold on to those 1985D Lincoln pennies. Weigh them. Examine them under the light, because hidden among the billions of mundane coins, one might just be worth $13,000 and it could be waiting in your very own pocket.